Aquarius and flock of birds people. I've laid your cards already. Cutting to it, see if you want to stay. There's some really good stuff coming for you. A lot of money and a lot of cooperation and a lot of love and healing. So let's dive straight in. I'm really pleased to see this for you. So in your inner world, yeah, Nine of Pentacles, resplendent, having acquired some sort of status through work or money, you know, like how you've lived your life has ended up being rather, you know, you're feeling quite pleased about something. You're single in a singular state, but very happy with who you are and very aware of the hood on the top of the hawk or the falcon there that you've tamed. Oh, can you hear the deer? They're barking. Okay, that might be something. So let's put a pin in that. Something to do with your instincts, blind instincts, but still needing to keep them calm when they're on your hand because you send them off to, yeah, I've not heard the deer the whole time I've been here, and I'm looking at her undershirt, which has got some sort of figure on it, little red mark. Anyway, she's really enjoying where she is in life. I feel there's a level of self-appreciation, and how that makes you act in the outside world is with the lovers. You want to share this with someone. That's what came out in my mind as soon as I saw it, is that because the Nine of Pentacles is so singular, now this is a sense of either wanting to take some option that's being offered to you or really wanting to share. That was the first thing that came to my mind, with those around you, particularly in a good partnership. And at the basis of this reading, we have the Star. So you've been healed. Something has healed. It seems to not really even be on the table. There's nothing negative here. So it is your card as well, the Star card. So I sort of feel as if you're so in yourself. You are so, some aspect of you has become so genuinely realised that you can now share it with people. There's no fear that you're going to be knocked off course. The bird is slightly bigger in this image than normal, and it's not just pink, it's got sort of aspects of yellow with it. That's the bird of communication, ibis, the ibis that is Mercury and so Thoth's spokesperson, that allows you to speak well, poetry. You're pouring out these flagons of water. You have so much to give. That's those first three cards just are so clear to me that you're ready. You're in best environment. You're ready to give. And recently, in the recent past, we've seen you getting very excited about everything. Perhaps because you're in such a healed space, you're now able to look around and see what's about you and start wanting to experience life again. He's looking at the tip of his wand for inspiration. You're really in your passions, although this is the only one that we've got on the table, but it's a significant one because you're excited, you're healed. And a potential outcome is this lovely yellow combination of the Strength card and the Page of Pentacles. In the Strength card, you have conquered all of your fears and the difficult aspects around you, and you're able to sort of move and work with life. It's a bit like the Nine of Pentacles relationship to that falcon on her hand that is hooded. There's a sort of sense that you've conquered something wild in your nature and that you're using it for your own benefit, because I saw that hood so strongly, and now we see this grappling and, you know, giving the lion a dental examination. You get what you want from your environment, and you're at peace with the sort of wilder elements of it. I mean, they could be standing right next to each other, right? Looking in different directions. So the recent past, when you've been so excited, now you're sort of wanting to study something, I feel. You're really wanting to, in this potential outcome, you really want to put some effort into bringing something forth from this healed place, possibly this partnership. In your attitude, it's so clear, again, with the yellow and the lovely Knight of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, we've skipped over. Excuse me. In the near future, the Knight of Swords, rushing into the effect to change, having a go at something, feeling brave. There's a 70% chance of success with this one. And, you know, oh, blinding myself. Oh, look, I can see two little red birds on his, on the horse's decoration, and some blue birds on his coat. I don't use this particular version very often. The red birds reminding me of the red, so sort of with the power of the falcon in your realised Nine of Pentacles self, this instinct, you're going to dash forward and have a go at something. And what you're having a go at, because we can see in the attitude, is changing things in your life, jumping in to effect some change with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles, but doing it in such a steady, determined, cogs in a gear way. Like the Knight of Pentacles is so steady. His horse is the one that's the polar opposite to that dashing in that you've got where you try to make a change. So your energy is dashing in, but you've got the grit to back it up. You're going to do all the things that you need to do in order to effect this change. You're sort of committed, because the Knight of Pentacles is, look at this determined frown. Even his horse has got one. And I like that sort of red stratified bit of earth behind here. Everyone else is reading some lovely books in the Wheel of Fortune. You know, you could be about to write a book because that's jumped out at me, but you're going to have a go at something and you're going to have the stamina to push through. That's your attitude. And you want to change because you're in such a good space. I mean, it really is such a lovely reading. And then with the Three of Pentacles in your environment, you're working well with those around you. I'm not surprised anyone would want you on their team at the moment. So this shows the merchant, the architect, and the person who commissioned the new cathedral, being the monk or the bishop, or well, he looks like a monk here, all working together well, and displaying what they've made, these flowers and these pentacles. You're able to cooperate, and people around you are going to want to cooperate and work with you because you've got so much to give. You're in such a good space. And your hopes and fears, you want to return to something that you've loved very, very, very much, or you want to honour those that you love very, very much. Siblings, true loves, great friendships. Yes, so sometimes in my other deck, this little one looks like a little old lady, the younger of the children. But here she's a younger sibling, very firmly a young child, and she's being offered a beautiful grail cup with white flowers in it. And they're being guarded by a sentry in the background. So what you're really hoping for is to be able to give from this beautiful position to your children, to your younger siblings, to some idea of how you were brought up, some aspiration that, or love, or kind of something you came in with that you absolutely love. You want to now give back into that beautiful, nostalgic space, which is lovely. And to finish off, God, you're lucky on this reading, you have, so this is where it's all leading. Indeed, the card of reciprocity, the sharing card. So there you were, you aspiring to give in the Six of Cups and be in communion with your younger parts or your siblings. And here we see you, being the amazing merchant, being able to give to those that need around him, but also being able to keep enough for himself. So everything in its right balance, as indicated by the scales. And then that builds generational wealth. I mean, it's incredible. What am I saying in these two? So how many tens have we got here? This is the only... Oh, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, you jumping in to effect change, the major 10, ending up in a generationally secure position. I'm seeing sailing boats in in the murals on the walls, and a beautiful tower, and the lady looks so happy. And the lady with her pink hair, pink flowers in her hair, looks so happy. And very much jumping out at me is this beautiful multicoloured coat, like Joseph in his technicoloured dream coat of the guy that's being able to sustain everyone, the old gentleman who's created this wealth. That's sort of like that story of sort of returning to your roots, as in Joseph, and being honoured at last, having been sort of discarded and honoured. That makes me think of the Six of Cups. Maybe there was something you always wanted to do when you were younger, or somebody you wanted to become that you're now ready and strong enough to be. Or maybe you want to sort of reconnect with, now in this stronger place, with those that you've loved. I'm almost nervous to pull any extra cards because it's so lovely, and it's such a great reading. Flock of birds and Aquarius people, really genuinely, you're doing something, or you've got some good luck. But I feel like it's through your own achievements. So one from the Enchanted Forest card, Forest cards, yeah, we've got the Starlight, which is the star card, and then behind it, but upside down, we have the Eight of Challenges, which I think just speaks to the fact that you've kind of broken your that thing that people do that stops them being able to get on in life. You've broken your negative thinking. And the oldest one, which is the Hierophant, I think. We'll just quickly look at those two, but I'm mainly interested in the Starlight because I think it's saying, yeah, you've healed, and well done you. And it's just saying, there's not much more to say than that, really. That's how I'm seeing those cards. So with the oldest one, teaching traditions, religious and mythical experience, mythology, wise counsel, true authority and expertise. The oldest one reminds us having a historical perspective in times of trouble, and having mythological or religious perspective helps us find meaning in our lives. Tales, legends, laws have been handed down from many generations to generation. And then again, talking about that generational thing of the Six of Cups, because they're a vital part of our shared experience. Yeah, I think it's saying you've healed, maybe this is it, you've healed something in your family karma. I think that might be it. I think you might have healed some big family curse, karma, or come to grips with something that's been handed down by generations, because with the Eight of Challenges, that would make sense. Something that has come from the ages. Eight of Challenges, feeling trapped, denial, passivity, victimization, lack of direction. A situation that should not be endured, but you find it hard to imagine doing anything else. Using your head to analyse the challenge and overcome it. Use your head to analyse. It's time to open your eyes, let go of denial, banish the idea of your helplessness. I think what the cards are saying is that you have done that, because there's no other indication of it. And now you're reaping the benefits of being healed, because the Star card is a card of healing, and it's a card that comes after the Tower. And so we know that it means everything getting back into its right order. I'll just give you the highlights from this one. Undying hope, immortality, spiritual connection to the cosmos, destiny, cosmic connections, eternal mysteries. If you walk quietly through the forest on a clear and moonless night, you may hear singing high above where the treetops open to the vastness of the sky. There are groves of beech and linden that are much beloved by the woodland elves, who call them Elerina, crowned with stars. Close your eyes and listen to the ethereal voices. They sing of ages past, with laments for fallen and exaltations of the illustrious. That's interesting, like the wise one. It's sort of talking about learning about your history, because it doesn't deny the laments for the fallen, even though we're exalting the illustrious. They sing of the patterns of destiny they perceive from the vantage point of immortality. They sing of the stars themselves, whose lights still reach us long after their lives are extinguished. The elves sing of hope, Troubles and tyrants come and go, but the stars shine ever on. Starlight comes to reassure you that everything happens for a reason, even if you can't perceive it now. Time and distance will bring the pattern to light. For now, breathe in the beauty of the moment and pour out the song upon the evening air. So we've got flights of birds singing here. I just think it's saying you've healed something from the past, and it's giving you this ability to cooperate with your surroundings, to move forward and create this kind of generational wealth, because, you know, the Ten of Pentacles is the opposite of bad karma in a family or things that have been passed down. It's healed, like that story of Joseph with his technicoloured dream coat, the healing of the dynamic. I think that's what it's about. Well done. And let's just get one from The Shining. Tribe Tarot. Nine of Trees. Let's have a look. Nine of Trees. Threes, 10 stones, rivers. Nine Arcana, trees. Nine of trees, 9 of rivers. Here we go. I don't know that I've read this one before. So her take is slightly sort of esoteric and, well, it's based on an ancient wisdom. So this talks about, I think it's a bit like the Eight of Wands. It's the Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords. Grief for something lost, emotional pain, deep sorrow that takes you away your joy, need to seek help, need to look at something in ourselves we didn't want to face. More simply, it can call for us to allow for grief and sorrow. We have looked at this card primarily from the issue of regaining our lost power. However, in readings where the card comes up as a recommendation, it might suggest we allow others to help us, even rescue us. But actually, regaining lost power, we see that that's what you've done. So it's Inanna, the goddess Inanna, and the young queen of heaven, the morning star and the evening star, so talking about starlight. So the picture comes from the myth of the Sumerian goddess Inanna, the most ancient divinity for whom we have written texts. Inanna, the young queen of heaven and the morning star and evening star, descends to earth to take on mortal form so she may experience the world. By the Euphrates River, she finds the first tree, the hulupu, floating in the water. Inanna raises the tree and plants it so it will become the joy of her life, and yet she wonders when she will have a throne and a bed. One morning she goes to her tree and finds invaders have claimed it. A serpent is wound around the base, a bird resides in the trunk, in the crown, and worst of all, the dark maid Lilith has built her home in the trunk. Inanna, the young woman who loved to laugh, wept how she wept. When the gods refused to help Inanna, the hero Gilgamesh comes with his axe and cuts down the tree. He then uses the wood to carve Inanna's bed and throne. I'm thinking of that bed that you see in the Eight of Swords, which is, wooden. Now, this is a deep and complex story. The Nine of Trees is a deep and complex card. To fully explore it, it would take a book of its own. We might ask, for instance, what it means for an immortal being to descend to the limited existence of mortality. For the moment, however, we'll look more directly at a more direct question: who is Lilith? As a mythological figure, Lilith has many various incarnations, from Babylonian owl, goddess, to medieval Jewish sexual demon, to modern feminist icon. Most people know her as Adam's first wife, who refused to submit to him and so was replaced by Eve. But this is a much later story, several thousand years later than the one we've seen here. In this story, we might think of her as Inanna's own dark side, her shadow, as the Jungians say. She's some aspect of Inanna that she doesn't want to look at, and so projects out of her as an enemy. She feels helpless because her real power in many ways is connected to this dark energy. When we try to see the world only as light and joy, we do not only distort reality, but we limit our own power and truth. You might want to go and look at the Capricorn reading, which I've just done, because it's very similar to this. It's interesting. Inanna yearns for a bed and a throne, but does nothing. When Lilith invades her tree, she only weeps. Gilgamesh must come to rescue her. So the card shows us grief and pain for something precious in our life that's gone wrong, but it tells us as well to look for ourselves in ourselves for the cause of the pain. What have we refused to look at? What part of our power have we given away? The way to find and release our hidden power might become clearer if we contemplate the card alongside the Six of Rivers. The golden woman who emerges from the shadows in the Six is similar to the dark form of Lilith inside Inanna's tree. That's more to do with this deck. Look, I think this is what you've overcome. This ancient story where you've actually healed yourself because you've recognized that you are from starlight, like Inanna, and you've recognized that you've done the work that it takes to integrate, and now you're healed. You're able to cooperate and build something really beautiful. I'm just going to take one more card, yeah, as a confirmation for that. Yeah, you now can offer. Now you can delve into your imagination and get quite whimsical, and you can offer up what you've learned, like the Six of Cups, where he's offering up what he's learned, and you're in a position to give. So well done, Aquarius and flock of birds people. And as I say, look at the latest Capricorn reading, which was also bird song, so another bird. So maybe if you're into birds at the moment, or oh look, and the sun's coming out just at the end of your reading. That's lovely. Thank you. That was beautiful energy, and well done for doing the work. See you soon.